Hello. This video will cover how to access and use the COMFRC Enterprise Dashboard. Now that we are logged in to the GSA Data to Decisions platform, use the search bar in the top right corner to locate the 4 GSA Retail Operations dashboards by searching, in quotation marks, Retail Operations. Select Search. This search should result in the displaying of the 4 GSA Retail Operations dashboards. For the sake of this video, we will focus on the COMFRC Enterprise Dashboard. Select the link. The next page will display the COMFRC icon, as well as a couple of quick links. If the COMFRC dashboard is a dashboard you'll be accessing frequently, we strongly suggest that you add it to My Reports by selecting the Add to My Reports link in the left-hand corner. Now, when you log into Data to Decisions in the future, select My D2D and My Reports, and the COMFRC dashboard will be displayed prominently. Now we will select the link again to take us back to the previous page. Once here, we're going to select the icon to access the COMFRC dashboard. An important note when you're opening the dashboard is to ensure that your browser is in full screen prior to clicking that icon, as some aspects of the dashboard won't display properly if your browser is not maximized. Now let's go through some of the options that you as a user have when using this dashboard. Across the top of the dashboard, you'll see a handful of different filters you can use to manipulate the data whichever way you see fit. You can select a specific range of dates of transactional information. You can choose the metric you'd like to use, the issue point, whether it's all COMFRC locations or a specific location within the enterprise, as well as DODAC, vendor, or requisition method. As you adjust any of these filters along the top, the charts below will automatically update and populate according to the filters selected above. Now let's briefly run through each of the charts located here on this dashboard. The top middle, you have the map of the United States with callouts for each of the COMFRC locations. On the top right, it's currently displaying the total sales for the selected date range. The chart on the bottom left is an FRC enterprise comparison that breaks down the sales at each COMFRC location in comparison to the other locations within the enterprise. And finally, on the bottom right is the top 20 items by sale, which, as you can see, is sorted from highest to lowest based on sales within the COMFRC enterprise. Now let's go through an example of how this dashboard can be used to give specific data and information. For example, say we'd like to understand the number of orders placed at Cherry Point in October of 2019. First, let's amend the date range to reflect October 1st through October 31st of 2019. Next, we want to change the metric from sales to orders. And finally, we want to change from all COMFRC locations to just FRC East Cherry Point. And now the dashboard should reflect all orders placed at Cherry Point in October of 2019. Some important things to note is that in the section here on the left-hand side, all of the filters of the data you're presenting are spelled out for you. The chart titles have also been updated to reflect the data being presented. The final area for interaction and manipulation on this dashboard is within the top 20 items by orders chart. Currently, it's displaying the top 20 items. However, if you'd like to see a different number, simply type it in the box, hit enter, and now only the top 10 items will be displayed. You will also notice that the description below the chart will automatically update to reflect the change you made in the box above, as it now says you're currently displaying the top 10 items ranked by orders. In the top left corner of the dashboard, you'll also notice that there is a second tab titled COMFRC Report Generator. This tab can be used to do generic searches of certain doc, gecko, or job order numbers, and to develop transaction reports based on a variety of criteria. When using the top section of this sheet, simply enter the doc, gecko, or job order number to search for the order placed at an FRC issue point. When using the bottom section of this sheet, adjust the filtering criteria across the sheet to display the desired transactions. We will again use our example from before. We want to understand the number of transactions at Cherry Point in October of 2019. So similarly to the page before, select the month of October 2019, the store name of Cherry Point, and the monthly transaction report below will display the appropriate data. So now that we have the data that we wish to present or use, we want to export this data and perhaps save it to our local drive. To do this, first select the download icon in the bottom right-hand corner of the dashboard. This will prompt you with several file formats with which you can download your dashboard into. For this first example, we will use Crosstab. Crosstab will be the choice if you're looking to use and manipulate the data further in Microsoft Excel. You will then be prompted with the sheet or chart you'd like to have exported from the dashboard. In this example, we will take the monthly transaction report. Select Download. Your dashboard download should automatically populate in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Once the file has downloaded, select it. And as you can see, the data from the monthly transaction report from the dashboard has been pulled into Microsoft Excel. Now we have returned to our dashboard and are going to go through the process for downloading our dashboard into a different file format. Again, we will select the download icon in the bottom right-hand corner, but this time we're going to select Image. Once you select Image, your download should automatically begin, appearing in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Once complete, select the file, and here you have the exported image of your dashboard. We will return to our dashboard one last time and select just one other way we can download and export our data. Again, select the download icon in the bottom right-hand corner of your dashboard. This time we will try PDF. Here you are prompted with a few selections on how you would like to download your PDF. We recommend always downloading your dashboard in landscape orientation, as that is the format that it is currently being displayed in. Once the PDF is downloaded, it will appear in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Select it to open. When exporting your dashboard to PDF, there is one extra thing to note. In the Include section, if you would like to just include a specific chart from the dashboard, select Specific Sheets from this dashboard. This will then prompt you with the particular sheet or chart you'd like to have exported from the dashboard, either the monthly transaction or the order report. We will select Monthly Transaction, Download, and this will prompt your download to just display the selected chart. Exporting from the dashboard works the same no matter which tab you are on. The same process we just reviewed also applies on this Home tab. You should now be able to access the COMFRC Enterprise Dashboard, understand how to adjust the filters to display the data you wish to have presented, and be able to export the data into different file types depending on the necessary or desired use.